Rock of Gibraltar. It's pretty impressive. So fun fact that Jackson just told me, so you have the Rock of Gibraltar, and then just in between the land and the rock there's the airport, and so whenever a plane wants to land or take off you can drive in or out of Gibraltar. That's right?
Yeah, you gotta wait for the plane to land, and then the barriers come up and you go flying across the airport. Kind of like, exactly like a train
Really?
crossing. Yeah.
That's
it's like a plane crossing, really.
That's pretty cool. So we have officially left the most southern point of our trip. We have left the Costa del Sol, we drove past Gibraltar, and now we are going up north again on the highway, and we are on our way to Sevilla. Look at this little hands, this cute sleeping baby. And tonight we are actually going to visit the Alcazar, which is the old palace, and it's actually in parts of it. Whenever the Spanish royal family is in Sevilla, they actually still stay at the Real Alcazar. So yeah, we're visiting that. Good tip, every Monday the Real Alcazar should be it's free, but only in the evenings, and you need to book it in advance, which is what we did. So yeah, first step for Sevilla. Hallo? Zijn je wakker? Hey, so we made it to Sevilla, and we have installed ourselves at the apartment where we are staying, and we are currently on our way to look for some food, and then we have our visit tonight at the Alcazar, the royal palace. I think we have already decided where Ardie's gonna study, and it's gonna be at the University of Sevilla. Look, what a magnificent building. Somebody's nighttime already, and he just woke up from in the carrier. He's a little bit disorientated, poor little thing.
Because he's in an American restaurant.
We resorted to a Burger King because it's 6:15 and it's Spain, so nothing's really open yet. So, look, Ardie. Ardie? Ardie's watching the pigeons, but anyway, we're now queuing up at the Alcazar. It's Monday evening, and yeah, we're waiting in line. This beautiful building. There's a bit of a queue, but apparently nothing compared to normal tourist days. So yeah, let's have a look. So we're very lucky we got in, because I screwed up a little bit and I forgot our passports. And then I was Jackson found a copy of Jackson's in his
the queue had
phone.
Totally gone.
Queue had totally gone.
Up the gates,
yeah,
closing it down.
Exactly, and I was like, I could not find a copy of a picture of my ID in my phone, although of my passport, but it was on my ID. But yeah, in the end we thought, let's just try it, see if it works with my passport, and then the security just didn't care. Although the previous woman said, oh, without ID you can't get in. So we're like, yeah.
Now we've got the place to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. There's nobody here. Oh.
They built grand stuff, the Romans.
Yeah, they sure did.
Look at this, the way this finishes as well. Obviously. Here we are in Seville, and this is one of the cities of that great example of lazy architecture, where you can't get stuff doing a good job yourself, so you just build where the Romans built. So you got a little bit of it here, here, and over here. Yeah, so it's a bit of a nuisance getting around the Roman stuff because it's just kind of randomly placed. It's a real pain in the ass.
That's the Roman stuff he's talking about.
Yeah, and I think this too. I mean, an absolute pain. And the Moorish stuff is what we're here for. I mean, that's beautiful, and the Roman stuff is just so painful. It really ruins the whole look. Oh, keep going.
The Real Alcazar was built for the Christian king Peter of Castile, built on the site of a Muslim Alcazar, which was a residential fortress and got destroyed after the conquest of Seville. It's an example of Mudéjar architecture but with Gothic, Roman and Renaissance design elements, all remains of previous construction stages. The upper floors of the Alcazar are still being used by the royal family whenever they are in town for a visit.
Considering some prince was born in this room, this is very appropriate for a crying baby.
Ardie's walking his way all over the Alcazar.
Oh, these lupins? They look like a New Zealand lupin.
Vamos a tener tarea. Ahora me voy a dar una vuelta ya a ver controlar lo que es, pero claro, como no van a seguir.
As always, as most of the time, we took our carrier because it's actually already quite late and we thought Ardie would already sleep in it, which he's not. But yeah, just have a look. You can take a pram here because other people have done so. Originally, the gardens had fruit trees and grew produce to supply food for the palace residents, but they also had the aesthetic function to bring pleasure. Good morning. It's now Tuesday. We just spent our first night in Sevilla. And Jackson's doing some work and Ardie and I, we're gonna go for a quick coffee across the street. Ja, chodźcie. Czy ja tylko? Yeah. It's a custom in Spain to, in the morning, to go out for coffee and order a tostada with tomatoes and olive oil. And it's really, really good because the tomatoes are so flavorsome. And they just sort of grate them. It's grated tomato, and then they add some garlic. And in this case, they already added salt as well, and then lots of olive oil and some crispy white baguette. It's really, really good. We enjoyed our coffee and our tostada. It's just before 9 o'clock, so we're gonna go home now, give Ardie a bit of fruit, and then put him down for his nap before we start our visit of Seville for the day. Hey, Maxie. Hey, oh, sweetheart. So, Maxie's not really enjoying Seville at all. He has spent most of the last 24 hours or more under the bed, just hiding any noise. And so it's now 10:40. We are finally out and about after Ardie's nap. He had a really great nap, and we are on our way to see the... Oh, we have to go! Sitting down, Ardie's had some kiwi. Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
soft
just
digestion.
ordered a bocadillo with tuna and red peppers. And this is where we're off to
You can have this cup, there's just nothing in it.
later on. The Giralda Tower and the Cathedral. So it seems like we're going to be quite lucky. We needed to book in advance. And they only have very limited amount of people. And normally the queue goes all the way over there. We were also quite lucky because when I was looking it all up and booking the tickets, it said that the cathedral actually only opened again on May 11th for visitors for like a post-COVID thing, which is exactly a week ago because today we are May 18th.
Oh, buddy. Ardie's trying to earn us some extra euros by busking outside of one of the most famous monuments. That's it, keep playing, Ardie. Hang on, wait for it. Come on, let's take us off. Come on. Put this here, put it there. There we go, keep shaking it.
I should go stand there over there with him. So we are now in the Giralda Tower, which stands 100 and something meters up. And this used to be the minaret of the mosque, but then now it's actually the belfry of the cathedral. And so we're still in the Giralda Towers, and they built ramps in here because the story goes that the leaders of the church, whoever they were at that time, they did not want to drive or walk up the stairs, but they wanted to take their horse up, so they went horse all the way up here, and all their followers and apostles followed them by foot behind them. And so far we've also managed to take the stroller up the whole way because of the ramp.
The cathedral has been a UNESCO monument since 1987, just like the Alcazar. It is the fourth largest church in the world, as well as being the largest Gothic church. Like many places of worship in Andalusia, the cathedral also used to be a mosque and was later step by step converted into cathedral. After the conquest, the orientation changed to suit Christian worship practices, and gradually more and more chapels were added.
So behind me there is the chapel where they came to say their thanks after the people who did the first circumnavigation around the world by Magallanes. After 18 survivors out of the 234 came back alive. So behind me is probably the most famous resident of the cathedral, and this is the final resting place of Christopher Columbus, or as they say in Spanish, Cristobal de Colón.
Gordito, gordito.
Ardie. Hey. Gracias. So welcome to Setas de Sevilla, or Metropole Parasol. This is the largest wooden construction in the world, actually, and this is the old city center of Seville, like right in the heart of it. There's actually some controversy around this building. So construction started in 2005 and finished in 2011. It cost roughly 50 million euros. Then really shortly, I think the first problems already started a few months afterwards, but then so continued. And in the end, they went so much over budget that this place costed around 100 million euros to construct. So you would think for 100 million euros, they could do better than building stairs here and maybe add another wheelchair-friendly or stroller-friendly ramp. So it costed us 5 euros to come up here. Kids are free, and then, but I don't know, I mean, it's nice up here, but it's maybe a little bit underwhelming, to be honest. So
Same as the other tower, right?
yeah, exactly. If you've already been up the Giralda Tower, I don't think you actually need to come up here, to be honest.
Grand cat, huh? One more. Look, Ardie. Whoa. You want that one, Maxie? Whoa. Whoa. Now you can give him a congratulatory grab. When he sees you, he'll be like, oh shit. Ardie, Maxie.
So yeah, good morning everybody. Oh, what a lovely breeze this morning in hot Seville. So yeah, we didn't do that much more filming yesterday because obviously Ardie takes priority, and after the Cerca de Sevilla, he got a bit into a meltdown. He was just over it. He was tired because he hadn't slept much or anything at all. He was hot, so we actually just sort of rushed back to the apartment. And then we realized that we've already been taking him out for 5 hours and doing lots of things. And I think our limit with Ardie is about 4 hours. So yeah, I think that's just one of the things you have if you travel with a baby. You just can't do as much in a day as you'd want to. This is watching the garbage truck. He is finally outside on the ledge watching. Somehow overnight, Maxie's confidence back up to where it is, and so Maxi Polo the Explorer is back. Hey. So we are now in Plaza De Espana, supposedly one of the most beautiful squares in the whole of Spain. And I mean, it's stunning. The architecture is amazing. It's also really famous for all the stalls that you see, booths that you see for all the provinces. And then these things are normally bookcases where people can store these books behind with information about their province. So the tiles, they obviously represent history about the province and some information. Then there's like a small map, where obviously now it's the province of Murcia. So all the different, so every single booth like this has different tile work, like all the details. And then as you can see here, somebody left a book behind. It's got to do something with the province of Murcia. So normally this place is full of like atmosphere and flamingo dancers and lots of cultural spectacles going around here, but we're here at 10 a.m. Still during COVID times, and it's actually very empty. So that's maybe a little bit of a sad thing that we don't get to see all the cultural activities that are normally going on here.
That is the most suspicious looking telephone box in all of Spain. There isn't any other telephone box in Spain as far as I can tell. And then they placed one next to this movie set location, which actually has had movies here, so someone can call someone. There must be some secret passage or something somewhere or other, like get smart. Press the right buttons and it opens up. Maybe there's an evil genius's lair underneath this thing. This is like a relic. This is a post-smartphone relic. Or maybe this is for tourists to see and to explain to Ardie one day that this is how people used to do it.
Yeah.
When they were talking, they could only ever walk this far. This is your walking position when you're on a plane. Yeah, hi Mum. Yeah. Seville. Spain. Yeah, it's hot. No, I'm calling you on a phone line. Yeah, hang on, I gotta put more money in.
That's right.
Hola, buenos días.
The other world. I'm just watching the birds on the Plaza Americana.
Come on, buddy. What situation again? Maxine. Maxine. Okay. I'm not letting go of you until you come through here, Maxie. You're coming through here, no matter what.
Yeah, his head is true. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, bring your legs through. Sorry. Come on, bring that leg through. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Maxie tried to escape.
It fell down. You must have pushed it down.